Are you familiar with the phrase factory farming?
No. It doesn't really exist, huh? I mean, that's not the way people have been, you know, have been producing food. Some people, like if you go into small villages, they are 100% self-sufficient. You know, they have a boat and they go out and they fish. We are very limited with vegetables. I always say we have like four main vegetables, which are kohlrabi, turnips, potatoes, and rhubarb. You know, because we don't have that many vegetables, we have looked other places. So we use a lot of wild weeds that are growing. We have seaweeds down by the fjord here. You can see all different types of seaweed. You know, we found a seaweed that tastes of black truffle. There's chamomile growing wild here down by the small house. You can see down there there's nettles that we're using. We're actually using the grass also. And angelica. There's so many different things.
Faroese cuisine, very different, very original and very unique. It's survival cuisine more than anything. They use what's around them. Very little is imported, particularly in the local restaurants, and they really try to utilize what they have, land, sea, in the air. The word factory farming doesn't really come into the vocabulary so much as community and family does. If you have a next door neighbour that grows something, well, the whole street's going to get it. The whole neighbourhood's going to get what they're producing. It's not so much supply and demand as it is in bigger countries. It's more, oh great, it's in season. Oh yeah, such and such down the road has it. Oh, go ask him if I can get my hands on some. It's not going into a gigantic supermarket and buying everything they have. It's not so consumer based. It's very local. Probably one of the original, for lack of a better term, farm to table, or coast to table, or earth to table.
We try to get our farmers to grow the things that we want, because it takes 35 hours with the ferry from Denmark to here. So that's a long time, for ingredient to be traveling. So we're just trying to shorten the distance from where it's grown to the restaurant.
People have sheep growing in their backyard. There's a guy who comes here once a week and picks up our bread that's too old to use for service and gives it to his ducks. And he's going to give us some ducks at Christmas time. They use everything. Nothing goes to waste here. If you can get your hands on a whole lamb, well, you use the whole thing. You don't waste anything. You use everything from the bones to the brains to the fillet to the liver.
Lamb is a very big part of the Faroese diet. We have more lamb than people.
It really gets rid of the factory farming where, take cattle for instance, are only bred for the rump, the fillet, and the Scotch fillet or something like that. People can learn from that a lot, particularly in the Western world.
For us, the climate that we have here is so difficult, but we're still, managing to do it. So, it must be possible any place in the world. Hopefully, some year we will have so many, such a big variety of ingredients, vegetables, that we won't have to import. It's always good to support the local community. That's one thing that I'm very happy to do, and also I just believe that the quality is so much better. You can never be more than 5 kilometers away from the sea here in the Faroe Islands. I mean, we are surrounded by the sea. Why should we import fish or caviar or something from another place in the world when we can have the best here? We also eat a lot of our traditional foods, which is fermented codfish and rastjød, which is fermented lamb has been hanging for like 2 months without salt or without anything. It gets very intense flavor. We live off of, we also eat like seabirds. It's in season right now. Now there's fulmar season. So fulmar is a seabird. They live in the mountain cliffs, and they when the wind is coming, they fall down and they can't get up again because they're so fat. So either we take them up and eat them, or they're gonna drown. So that's also a very nice way to hunt. hunt something that for sure is not going to make it in nature anyway. People catch them with nets. They go out with boat and they actually fish them up, and then you break the neck, which is the most efficient way to do it. It takes less than a second and the bird is dead. And then you pluck the feathers off. Some people do it by hand, others have machines to do it. And you take all the intestines out, and then you, depending on how you want it, people salt it to preserve it, and some people just leave it fresh. Nature has given us food for so many years that we're still in that mindset that food is something that's out in the wild and out in the nature, and I believe that's why the sheep, the everything, the beef, you can see the beef that we're going to serve, and the cows are walking up the hills right here. It's wild,